the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to crank up the second half. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Grabs it in the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Discards a man. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
To the ground, he's got it again. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse, showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He spins that thing down the middle. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
When you're a defense, you have a choice. Do you play man or do you play zone? They sat back in zone. That might change. They might change their mind and try to switch to man here shortly in the future.
Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover. They can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And the punishment has been extended.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Jacksonville State is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in in CUSA, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 13 over Southern Miss. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
This has got to be disappointing for the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful and you're making the honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because there's body blow to do that.
Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback extends the play. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
You know, you hear the term nickel so much. Most people stay in nickel most of the time because of all the speed in college football and the running quarterback. And you see why it pays dividends. More speed on the field when the QB does take off to go get him on the ground and force a 4th down.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense will come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
Great coverage, great break of the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to.
He lets it fly. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And he just misses on a big downfield shot. And I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make, but I'll tell you what, a lot of times you put a little air underneath it, you just trust your guy more than you trust the DB, but it's hard to do when you overshoot your wide receiver.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Love the effort on defense that time. That looked like that was going to be a completion downfield, but the physicality of the defender jarred the ball loose.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming up ready to attack. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And come on now, O-line, you got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one to get you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
Starts to scramble to the left. Trying to escape and get it himself. And they'll knock him down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end, nor the quarterback can throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously, you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Got a man in the middle. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter and Georgia Tech has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And after that strong play on first down there, right on the cusp of the score. 2nd and goal. Defense a little too jumpy there. They got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense. The penalty on the defense, but they don't really give up much ground. There's not much to lose this close to the end zone. Trying to pound it in. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
They're intercepted. Takes it the other way. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And it gives themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Pressure coming. Now he's going to break the pocket. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
Instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Yeah, there's not a running back in the country that doesn't want to get fed and get fed and get fed, and he has been. He's been fed, and now he's up to 150 yards, so great productive day for this running back and create a lot of balance on this offense.
All the way down to the 15-yard line, it's first down. Looking to throw, it's King. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And the pummeling has started. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
PAT unit on the field. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Eastern Michigan is darn near putting up video game numbers offensively, and the result is a comfortable lead for the Eagles on the scoreboard. They're up by 18 over the Astronauts. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got out of trouble and throws. Wide open downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. They'll throw it on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
After the big first down sack, it's second down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Those always sting a little bit when you get so close to getting the QB to the ground, creating a negative play, and then all of a sudden he turns it into something positive. Just really annoying as a defensive guy.
Going to try to get it himself. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Great job rallying the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up fourth.
We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Bringing it back, it's Lane. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the clear catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards and up upfield. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good...
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
Here we are late in the game, and this secondary, they are still covered. They forced the QB to hold on to it, and then he bailed out, trying to buy himself more time.
Right down the gut of the field. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And the route is on. They built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4. They finish it off with a touchdown and seal up this game.
Yeah, this might be what you call garbage time, and it might not really matter because you know the game's out of reach, but I like it. Keep executing, keep finding some more plays. Hey, maybe you find a play later on down the season that you might come back to and say, hey, this actually worked in this situation.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're lining up to boot it away. hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing wrong.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. On second down, just keeps firing. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going, and never built the momentum. This is one of those days you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement to the future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just relax, go back to the locker room, and know they're going to get the victory.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gains a little bit of everything on that one. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Just about set to kick it away. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. After this, it'll be a wrap. They'll throw it on first down. He wants a big play here late. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over. The rankings, the odds makers, everything indicated that these guys had a big hill to climb. But they climbed it, they got to the top, and they get a landmark win.
And we know coaching staffs always do a great job trying to motivate their own guys and get them ready to play a ranked opponent. But David, to me, it looked like this team just wanted more. They came out, they were the more physical team. They did what they had to do at the end of the day to get this one.
And how you gain respect. You want respect, you talk about our team's a really good team. You want to build on that, you beat good teams. That's what you do. You beat ranked teams that people think a lot of. This team pulls off the rank upset, and guess what? Now what happens? You start to maybe find your team in the right spot.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.